Hi, everyone. This is Linda K. Edwards with New Me, New You. I'm the executive director and founder. New Me, New You is a nonprofit coaching organization that focuses on personal and business development. We are catered to individuals, families, and businesses to help them to become better than yesterday and to unlock their potential by providing them information, resources, referrals. We do spiritual enrichment, facilitate in person and virtual events, and we do outreach. Today is about prioritizing yourself. But before we do, I always start off with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you seeking guidance and strength to prioritize ourselves as you intend, Lord. You created us with purpose, love, and worth. Help us to honor your creation by nurturing our minds, bodies, and spirits. Teach us, Father, that self care is not selfish, but a form of gratitude for the life you have given us. Remind us to take moments of rest and reflection, trusting that in stillness we find your peace. Give us the wisdom to set healthy boundaries, saying no when needed and yes to what aligns with your plan. Strengthen us to let go of all guilt and embrace the truth that caring for ourselves enables us to care for others more fully. Lord, may we seek you first in all things, finding our worth and renewal in your presence. Fill us with courage to prioritize our well being and walk boldly in the confidence that we are your beloved children. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, guys, so prioritizing yourself. Okay, so what we're doing is this event is perfect for individuals ready to reclaim their time, energy, and well being while creating a balanced and fulfilling life. And together, let's explore how putting yourself first is not selfish. It's a necessary, it is necessary, excuse me, for living your best life. So, the steps to prioritizing yourself. Number one, acknowledge your needs, recognizing that your well being matters just as much as anyone else's. Identifies areas where you feel drained or overlooked. Two, set boundaries. Learn to say no when necessary and protect your time and energy. Communicate your limits clearly and respectfully. Three, create a self care routine. Dedicate time daily for activities that nurture your mental, physical, and emotional health. Include practices like exercise, mindfulness, journaling, or hobbies you enjoy. Four, evaluate your priorities. Reflect on what truly matters to you and align your actions with your values. Let go of tasks or commitments that do not serve your purpose. Five, practice positive self talk. Replace negative inner dialogue with affirmations and encouragement. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Six, schedule time for yourself. Block out specific times in your calendar for personal growth, rest, and recreation. Treat this time as non negotiable. Seven, seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Consider a mentor, coach, or therapist to guide you along your journey. I have two wonderful young ladies that are joining me today. They're going to share their experiences of, just having to prioritize themselves. Okay. So I'm going to introduce Anicia and
Hi.
Melissa. Hi,
Hi
ladies.
guys.
Thank you
Hi,
so
how are
much for
you?
joining me today. I'm very grateful. So I'm going to ask you guys, a series of questions, and you answer at the best of your ability. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just sharing your experiences and maybe even helping you to realize what you have to do to prioritize yourself. Okay. So I'll start out with Anicia. So this is a reflection. So when was the last time you did something just for yourself?
The last time I did something just for myself was, I would say, 3 weeks ago. Three
Okay.
weeks ago. That sounds really bad, but 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
only because I know it's good to prioritize yourself. but there's times where you feel guilty when you do. So you just have to try to accommodate like the people in your life, either that's family or friends. So I haven't really took much time to do what I think I need to do for myself. I was just busy trying to like please everyone else around me by accommodating them, but I wasn't accommodating myself. So,
So there's nothing wrong with you caring about those around you. But the first thing that we have to do is to focus on ourselves first, because we can't pour from an empty cup. If we are not getting the things that we need mentally, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually, we won't be able to see what everybody else wants, or we won't be able to give them wholeheartedly everything that they need. So it's always important that you take that time for yourself. So, you know what I want you to do? This weekend, I want you to take out the time for you to do whatever you want to do, whether it's you going to the movies, going out to eat, whatever, going to the nail salon. You come first, and then everybody else can come into play. All right?
okay.
You got this.
Yes.
You got
Yes,
Thank you.
you got
You're
this.
welcome. So, okay, here we go. So, here it is, Melissa. What
Yes.
are your top three priorities in life?
Oh, top three priorities in life in terms of myself, or just,
Yes.
oh, my top three
Mhm.
priorities. My top three priorities as of, I would say as of right now, is being financially stable, definitely looking out for my family and looking out for myself, as in like my self-care, like you said, prior, my routines, my responsibilities, and what and how I can flourish, and have a better, like, for me to grow and learn new things. Definitely, I would say those are my priorities right now, in terms of also finding out, like, I always have was a self-exploration questions about myself, like, who am I? What was I meant to do in this world? What was God meant for me to do on this planet? And I'm learning as I go, and I would say that's also one of my priorities as well. Just finding new things to do.
Those are no, those are actually what you just mentioned are a lot of our priorities. Financially being stable is definitely one of mine. I know for sure. And just to get yourself into a habit of knowing, okay, you're saying as far as you knowing your purpose and what you want to do, right? So
Yes.
it sometimes it doesn't come to you right away, because I know it took me a long time. I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what I was doing, but I didn't actually know until like I literally fell into like 100%
Hmm.
knowing, okay, I know I'm a people person. I know that I love to help, and I know that coaching could be for me. But it took me a while to even know that that's where my direction was going.
Right.
I
Right. Yes.
really didn't know still, even if I had, when I had it in front of me, the different things, I still didn't know how to put it together to know what exactly I was going to do. So it sometimes takes time. It's not just, overnight sometimes. So don't beat yourself up. You are doing a phenomenal job. At least you
Thank
already
you.
know what, steps you're trying to take and make. So that's
Yes.
amazing. That's amazing. All right, I'm
Thank you.
back to you, Anicia. Here we go. What
Amazing.
boundaries could you set to protect your time and your energy?
Um, the boundaries, the boundaries that I think I could set to protect my time and energy is to just be honest with people. Be like, hey, so I would love to do this thing with you or go this place with you, but unfortunately I can't because I have to do this or I have to do that. It's just a you just have to be honest with people, and not a lot of people will be like okay with the fact that you have stuff to do, like they'll still take that personal, but you have to just you have to like stand on it, like, hey, I can't make it for this time, but I can accommodate you by doing it another time. So that's
Yes.
just what I do, so it doesn't come off hostile or, oh, I just don't want to do that, or I don't want to be around you. I just put up like not a brick wall, but like a glass wall. Like I'll still be able to accommodate you, but you have to be able to understand where the grounds are of when I can or cannot do something.
That's so tough for a lot of people. As you already know about my situation, I'm not going to put it out there on this live, but with a friend of mine that love dearly, but sometimes you could tell them this is what it is, and they still will try you and try to see how they can get their things in despite what you're saying.
Yep.
But I respect you and I value you for saying that, because a lot of us have that same issue. And Melissa,
Yes.
back to you. I want to know, I want to give you that same exact question. What boundaries could you set to protect your time and energy?
I would say definitely emotional boundaries. I am also a very sensitive person. I do have a little bit of anxiety. It may not be, but I know there's different types of anxiety, but with me, I get nervous very quick. I don't like being rushed. I don't like being pressured. But sometimes, like I'm semi a people pleaser. I tend to just give in and give in because I feel like I'm hurting the other person if I don't listen to them in a way. So I think now I'm trying to establish emotional boundaries, as in learn to say no to some things and just say, hey, I'm really sorry, but I'm feeling very overwhelmed. Can I take a moment to just step back and let me gather my thoughts? Because oftentimes I don't really think to say these words because all I'm seeing is the other person's in front of me. Like I would say I'm like an emotional little puppy. Like I just want to be there for everybody and be happy, and I just want to listen to them and make sure that they're okay and be happy. But sometimes I know it could be like I see that it could somehow like kind of push me a little bit and kind of like hurt me. And I see that flag and I try not to see it also because again, I don't want to hurt the person. But if I learn to also just communicate how I feel, and that is an issue I'm working on as well, it's just communicating how I feel and actually standing on it because I could easily communicate something, but I'm emotionally, mentally not there. So I'm trying to like take that step back, let me gather my thoughts, and then try to, think about what I'm going to say next and then stick with it.
I commend you.
Still learning.
I really commend you for sharing that, and really that like awed me. You know why? Because I too have been through those same feelings, because I'm an emotional person as well, but I had to learn how to channel it to a way where we all could be happy. First of all, no matter what you do for anyone, it'll never be enough. It'll never be
Right.
enough. All you can do is your best. And my mom has always said to me that if you have done your best, then angels in heaven can do no more. So basically, you do all that you can for you first, and see, and then work everybody else in the best way you can. You can't please everyone. You just can't. And you're not going to let them strip you away from your dignity, your integrity, because they just don't know how to value you. They have to value you and respect your time, your energy, what you bring to the table to them. Some people just don't. They just don't. And that doesn't mean that you got to stop, being you. You can only be you. You can't be nobody but you. But also, I like how you said I have to learn how to stand firm and let people know, listen, I really am not comfortable with this situation. Give me a chance to regroup and think about it, and then I'll get back to you. That's the
Yeah.
best way that I commend you, for that. And
Thank
you're
you.
stronger than you think. You are
Mhm.
really stronger than you think.
You are.
Yeah, you really are.
Thank
Oh,
you guys. Thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
try. We all try. We all try.
Absolutely. And that is all that you can do, darling.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
I commend you. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go to Anicia.
Hmm.
What prevents you from prioritizing yourself?
Um, well, okay, with that question, do you mean like emotional or like,
Like what stops you from wanting to put yourself first?
okay, what prevents me from doing that is the fact that I don't want to hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
lingers in my mind for a long time. Like if I say no, I don't want to do something, even though I'm not comfortable, I'm more concerned if that person is hurt by the fact that I don't want to do something. So
Yes.
that
Yeah.
like
I
really
agree.
dwells, and eventually I'm like, okay, I'll do it, even though I want to do it, but at least they're happy that I said I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So that hinders me a lot of the times because I'm like, oh, I don't want to say no because I don't want them to feel bad, and it's that hinders me so much, and that's like the main thing. It's just like the emotional um connection I have with that individual.
Mhm.
but it's also emotional damage as well to me. So
Again,
yeah,
we cannot please everyone. You can't. You have
right,
to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You know,
right,
and basically, you come first. Everything that everybody else wants to do, not that you don't care, you do
right,
care. I used to be the same way where I used to be like, oh my gosh, if I don't do this, this person is going to feel some type of way. People are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel regardless whether you do
right,
it or not. There, if you do it, they're going to be looking for more. If you don't do it, they're still going to be looking for more. So guess what, you act accordingly, you do it the best way you know how, and you do care for feelings. I'm not saying don't care about people and don't be
hmm,
empathetic, don't be kind and all that. It's just that do it and do it to the best of your ability. That's the best thing you could do. I mean, there's nothing around it. You have to make sure that you are happy and comfortable with what you're about to do. You got to
right,
be self. You know what? If whatever question they ask me, am I happy? Would I be happy doing it? Is it
hmm,
something that I wouldn't mind doing that won't affect me in any kind of way? And if you can answer those questions and say, well, oh, you know what? If I do that, this might make me feel compromised. This might make me feel uncomfortable. Then the answer should be right there. No, I'm so sorry. I cannot do that. I respect your feelings, but I also respect myself too. And if I don't feel comfortable doing something, I just can't. And then
right,
you just do what you got to do.
right,
And I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done. I had to learn that. Dealing with so many different people every day, you learn after a while of how to say no, you know
right,
and once you do it just slips on out. It's easy. But at
hmm,
the beginning, yes, it's a little rough because you're like, oh gosh, if I say no, they're gonna have an attitude all day long. They're gonna be huffing and puffing, and I'm gonna feel bad. No, 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 don't feel bad, because if it's something that's gonna compromise you, jeopardize you in some type of way, make you feel uncomfortable or emotional distress, guess what? No is the answer, and that's it. Prioritize you. That's what this is all about. um okay, Melissa, here we
Yes.
go. What's one small change you can make today to prioritize yourself?
One small change.
Yep.
Uh,
Change.
Definitely, hmm, to prioritize myself. Well, I would say physical matter. I would say it would probably be like self-care, like doing my hair, doing my make. Well, I wasn't, to be honest with you, I wasn't going to do my makeup. I was just gonna be like this because during the week it was like I was like drained. I was a little bit, but I said, let me do my makeup. It'll help perk me up a little bit and make me feel a little bit better. So I do feel a little bit better that I did my makeup a little bit. I would also say a small change I will do for today, like or in a few afterwards, is to declutter my space a little bit. And you know what they say, when you declutter your space a little bit, you're actually decluttering your mind, and
Mhm.
then you can actually think more clearly and like do what you have to do in a way, like take action. Like, because I sometimes, I would say I would procrastinate every now and then, and I realize I'm not able to think clearly or think about myself. But if I try to take care of my space and declutter my space, I can think about myself and actually just like move forward with things that I got to do. So definitely I will declutter my space today. And definitely just this is a small step. So this is the small step right now.
No, that is awesome. That's a
that's
huge
good,
step for me. I
right,
myself am going through the same as far as like decluttering. Yeah, that's definitely a big, great deal to do. Um, what was I going to say now? So, how? This is one more question I wanted to ask you before you go. How will you hold yourself accountable for this change?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
okay. How will I hold myself accountable? Well, obviously, um, if well, this is what I do though. I usually have a timer and I time myself to declutter my space. Like I take like 20 minutes and I or 25 minutes and I take a break and then I do it again. And let's say if that doesn't happen, then or like if I see that there's something on the floor, like it'll just hit me. If something's on the floor, then I'm like, "Oh, I didn't actually clean my space today. Oh boy." Like it didn't hit me until I took myself out of my emotions. I just have to really like take myself out of, so how do I explain this? It's like a brain fog thing, and that's why I'm not aware of my surroundings. But if I take myself out of that brain fog and just see like, oh, I actually need to take care of myself, it'll just hit me because sometimes you don't see it in front of you at all. You don't see it in front of you. It's like a snap moment for me. And then I'll like, oh, okay, I need to actually do this. Like it looks terrible. Um, let's avoid the fact like besides the fact that if I have people coming over or anything like that, like it just doesn't feel good to me. Like I don't feel good in my space sometimes. So that's why I'm like, okay, like I need to do this right now. Like I need to time myself and do this right now. And I know for a fact that after I do that one small task, I will be happy about it and say, oh, you see, it wasn't even that hard.
Right.
It's always
Right.
about making the first step. It's always they said the hardest thing to do is to start something, but it actually once you start, it's like nothing ever happened. It was
Right.
like why didn't you do it before? So
Exactly.
definitely, I hold my emotions accountable a lot because I know for a fact when my emotions are on my sleeve so much or in my head, I'm not thinking straight, and then therefore I just don't want to do anything. I just sit down on my in my room and just like stare at the wall for a bit. But I have to learn to take myself out of it. Maybe put on some what is it? Some like positive affirmations just to get myself out of that mental break I have in my head, like that
Mhm.
brain fog, and then I just gotta do it. Just do what you gotta do, and then 20, like then you're gonna look like an hour later, almost 2 hours later, then you're gonna be like, oh wow, like this is good. This feels nice. I feel good about myself.
Hmm.
So
I
yeah,
think that's amazing. That's
thank
amazing.
you.
I love it. I love it. I because I can resonate with you and with what you're saying. I've been there, and I still somewhat are there too. You know, it's a process to progress. There you go.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what it is. But okay, so I'm going to you, Anicia. I'm going to
Mhm.
ask you the same questions.
Mhm.
What's the one small change you can make today to prioritize yourself?
I would say the one small change is um to make some dance videos. I have not made those in a very long time because I kept like procrastinating and doing other things for other people. So I'm like, let me just do that today. Let me just do one thing that I know that I'm capable of doing today just for myself.
Okay, all right. And how will you hold yourself accountable to this change?
So I'll hold myself accountable, meaning that since I have like a lot of time in the day to do it, if I don't do it, I don't have anyone else to blame but myself. So
Yeah,
I
Mm,
told myself I'm giving myself this time to do it.
yeah.
And if I keep procrastinating and I don't get it done, I can't be mad because it would be my fault. It wouldn't be anybody else's.
wow, you guys are something. Love, 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 love the answers. Okay, so here it is. I want to ask you guys to say some affirmations, okay, that you can say every day, or you can say it whenever you feel that the need to say it.
Hmm.
So, like I am unstoppable. I am, happy. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Right.
So now I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite affirmation that you could say for yourself, Anicia? I
I
am.
would say, oh, I am sorry.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I would say I am capable of doing whatever I put my mind to.
Okay.
And that um never to stand up in your own way. You should
Mm,
get out of your head and tell yourself, I can do this. I can try to do it, even if I don't succeed with doing it, always keep trying again. It's better to try and to fail than to not try at all, because then you'll never know if you would fail or succeed.
wow, that's
That's what I tell
powerful.
myself
That's powerful.
every
I
day.
love it.
Thank you.
Okay, Melissa, it's your turn.
I so there was one I was just trying to, sorry, I was looking on the phone because there was one that I had, like it was a Facebook photo that I had. I'm not sure if it was Instagram, but it was something about um God, it was okay. Well, all I know is that I like saying the I am, the I am affirmations, like I am worthy of, I'm worthy of love. I am worthy of a good life. I I am enough in this world.
Mm,
Definitely the I am enough, because we always feel like we're not enough here. Like, and that's like what gets to us the most, is feeling worthless or that we're not here. But if you keep saying that you are enough in this world, you are enough in this world. No one can take that away from you. So I really wish I can find the picture, but it was I used it, and it was really good. It was a really good affirmation that I found. Um there is more. There's definitely that I am confident in myself. I try and try and try every day. I'm not gonna lie, this is a real thing I do. In the morning, I actually listen to affirmations right before I head to work. Um I do listen to a couple. I used to do this going to at my previous job before I go to work. It was always listening about I will, or even saying I will. Like, I will become, like, say it out in the world. I will become a millionaire. I will become this. I will have a big house. I will have a beautiful family with loving kids. Like, you just say the I will stuff. For me, my affirmations before going to work will be, I will have a good day. Like, one of our coworkers would always say is like, today will always be a good day. Today is a good day. Like, the energy, you also have to match the energy to what you're saying. I
Right.
used to be told back in like 2017, 2018 time, that you were supposed to say one affirmation 3 times. I don't know how effective that is, but they're saying like, when you're saying it, you can't say it like, I am enough. I am happy. No,
right.
you have to literally say it like at a tone where it's like, I am happy. I am enough in this world. I You have to like bring up that energy, and then eventually sometimes it feels like it's not there. Like, you feel like, okay, I'm saying it. Why isn't anything happening? I just learned this recently. Sometimes you feel like you have an internal block. I think I was telling you about this, Miss Linda.
Yes.
Like, you feel like there's something in front of you, why you can't, like, I'm like, hey, I see it there, I see it, and I'm saying it with such energy, but why is this happening? So they said that could be you're doing it. It's like a self-doubt deep inside, and that's where you have to kind
Right.
of dig down, go a little
Mhm.
bit more, and
Right.
then,
You have to
like,
believe in what you're saying.
yes, yes, you
Hmm.
have to believe in what you're saying.
Mhm.
And if there is a block, you have to work through it. You got to push through it. Maybe there's something that you need to work on inside. And by saying that, it kind of like opens you up a little bit to kind of discover who you are, and like discover, like, this is what you are meant to do. And you are meant to be happy. It's just, if something is blocking you, the like, either the universe or God will speak to you. They will tell you there's something in your way there, and we will put it out there for you. We need you to see it.
Hmm.
So sorry, I'm so like, I can't.
No, I love it. Your energy is,
Good.
I feel it all the way over
Amazing.
here. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Where did I go now? Oh, where am I? Okay, yes.
Did
Sorry.
you find it? You found it?
No, no, sorry, sorry.
Oh,
I was like, I thought, yeah,
She
you
went
did.
out of frame and she's like, "Oh, here I
Yeah,
am," because she just came
oh,
here I
back
am.
into
okay.
frame.
I did want to. Yes. Okay, go
That's all that energy that you got going on over there, girlfriend. That's great.
Nice.
thank you.
Oh my gosh. So now I want to ask you guys if you
Hmm.
have any words of encouragement or words of wisdom for those who are watching this so that they can use this for their daily affirmations or words of encouragement or just to uplift them, and empower them. So who wants to start first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Anicia, please.
I would
Yes.
say, and I'm not saying it to be harsh, I'm
Hmm.
just saying this is something I'm learning myself.
Mhm.
But if you know deep in your heart you are a nice person,
Hmm.
people, regardless, will have something to say about you. People will still have a problem with you, regardless. It's all about,
Hmm.
you just have to do what you have to do for yourself. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're going to leave this earth by yourself. You came into this earth by yourself.
Mhm.
So don't let people make you feel like you're like a bad person, or you have to like to stoop down to their level to meet them where they are.
Mm.
You
Hmm.
just have to tell yourself, I am who I am, and I'm not gonna change who I am, especially like in a positive way. I'm not gonna change to blend in with you because that's what you want me to do. As this whole thing was about prioritizing yourself, you just have to do what's best for you. People are gonna complain regardless of what you do. So just do what makes you happy, and damn if you do, damn if you don't, you're gonna be in a lose-lose situation anyway. Just lose happy. Lose how you want to lose.
That sounds good to me. Melissa?
Definitely. You just have to try. Just tell yourself, like, even if you don't want to, you just have to try and just tell yourself that you are. So there's I am, but there's you are. You are worth in this world. You are worthy. You are loved. You are compassionate. You are with God. God walks with you, and like the universe walks with you. Just tell yourself like you are also not alone. You are not alone. I have to
Mhm.
tell myself I am not alone. I always tell myself that I am sometimes. Not gonna lie, I do. I tell myself that
Agreed.
I'm alone, but I
Hmm.
also have to remind myself I am not alone. I am not alone. There are people like even for those that suffer with depression and anxiety, you are not alone. There are like many like there are people
Hmm.
that will like be there for you. And you know this I read something. I don't know if I'm like formulating it correctly, but it's like one of those reasons like how you get someone to not like themselves, like it's because there are people that want them to still be alive and want them to be here and tell them like, if no one else is telling you that you are worthy, I will do it. I will do it because I love
Hmm.
you. You are worth in this world, okay? Like you are a confident person. You just have to try and you just have to believe in yourself. It is
Right.
the hardest thing to do. It really is the hardest thing to do. I'll sit in my bed and I'll just like not get out of bed sometimes, but you just have to try. And there are a lot of tools. There are a lot of things out there to just help you, whether it be self-affirmation books or it could be like articles. Just find something positive and just read through it. It's hard, I understand, but find something that just resonates with you and you will be okay. You can
Right.
do this. And I'm not gonna lie, really quick, I wanted to show you. I actually have a book here. I actually had one of these
The
self-affirmation
book
books
of
I
dreams come
yeah,
true.
it's called The Book of Dreams. The Book of Dreams Come True. Actually, I was given to this for my birthday 3 years ago. And apparently it's a journal about self-discovery, goals, and manifestations and affirmations. And
Right.
like when you scroll through, at least see I've written in this as well. It'll say like enough is enough. Like talk about let's get rid of something that like you want to talk about. Like what would you get rid of and what would you give to yourself? Like I wrote here, give myself. I wrote it here. You can't see it, but it says give myself more love and be more confident. I
That's
literally
right.
wrote it right here.
Right.
Mhm.
Same thing. There's so much more. It's like, let smaller things go too, okay? And if they're keeping you from being happy or being the best version of yourself, it's time to leave it behind. And they give
Hmm.
you like ways to write it out. Like and then you have to answer questions like I'm tired of pretending this or I'm tired of wasting too much time on this. Like it makes you become self-aware. Like
Right.
the second thing is to be self-aware. Be
Hmm.
self-aware of what's bothering you. Be self-aware like if this is bothering you, that is, and it's not helping you, why are you holding on to it?
Right.
Right.
Stop pushing it under the rug. So a
Yes.
lot of people like to push their problems under the rug and say they don't want to deal with it right now. So when is the time that you're going to deal with it? Because
Right.
obviously it's building up to the point where it's making you not comfortable. It's making you sad. It's making you depressed. It's making you go through all these emotional changes. So you have to uproot the problem. You
Hmm.
cannot keep pushing it under the rug. And that's another thing that I like to talk about is that we got to stop throwing things that are bothering us off. Like look at it in the face and take accountability for it and say, hey, listen, let me see what I can do to get rid of this situation and get better on why it's hindering me the way it's hindering me. You know, a lot of people like to be, oh no, I'll deal with it tomorrow, next week. We don't have tomorrow sometimes. Some of us don't have tomorrow. You never know what tomorrow may bring. So you might want to try to do it right now. As soon as you know and recognize what it is that's bothering you, you should try to rectify it right then and there. I'm not
Hmm.
saying it's going to be resolved as quickly, depending on
Yeah,
what
it
it
takes
is,
time.
but at
Hmm.
least you are acknowledging it and you're uprooting it and trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
I agree.
I
Definitely
do
agree.
agree as well. Hmm.
This was
But
really great today. I mean, I feel the energy, I feel the love. I hope everybody out there does too. That's why I love to do these things. I am so grateful to have you two beautiful ladies up here today.
Hmm.
I hope that you're not only today, but the rest of the weekend and even of all of next week is great for you as well. And
thank you.
beyond. I always say and beyond because we don't want to
Right.
put limitations on ourselves either. So I've been learning to say Happy New Year and beyond.
Right.
instead of just Happy New Year, because that means it's limited to just this year. So
Yeah.
you could add that beyond at the end of anything that you're saying, good morning and beyond,
I like that.
and
Yeah.
beyond,
Yes.
because that's what I've been doing. And I don't know if, a lot of people realize that they do put limitations on themselves. Even I have a lot of things I'm still working on. Even though I do the coaching thing, you learn and grow every single day.
Yes, you
So
do.
those of you out there, I hope that what we said today resonated with you, that it helps you in some sort of way to know that you have to prioritize yourself, because you are wonderfully made, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are worthy, and you belong. You are here in this world for a reason and a purpose.
Right.
So don't let anyone let you think any differently. Some people don't know how to receive good energy. Some people don't know how to react to it, because some of them are not used to that. There's so many people who have been through so many things that they never got that understanding of what it's like to have a positive outlook on things. So
Right.
that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are going to
Yes.
uplift you, encourage you, and help you in whatever way that they can. But also
Right.
remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to
Right.
take care of you first, because once you
Right.
take care of yourself, and it's not selfish, because in order for you to be able to help someone else, you have to help you first. You
Right.
have to pour into you, give yourself energy, plug yourself in, whatever it is you have to do to make your mind, body, and soul happy.
Right.
Then you can
Yes.
pour that into someone else, and vice versa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I
So
agree.
agree.
is there anything else that you guys would like to say to anybody out there before we go?
Uh,
No, not right
no?
now. Apart from what you said, Miss Linda, don't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah. Yes. No, that's the right thing. And I there is one thing I will say, like I'm also seeing, like, again, it's prioritizing yourself. They said you want to be a good best friend, be the best friend for yourself. Like, how would
Right.
you like be your best friend? Like, take yourself out, because we always we always catch FOMO. Like our generations, we catch FOMO. We're always like, damn, everybody is going out with like bigger groups of friends, and this friend's going out. They said, why don't you try? And this is hard to, because I'm learning it too. They're like, why can't you go to the movies by yourself? You
Oh,
see that
yeah.
bookstore, that pretty bookstore? Why can't
Mhm.
you go there by yourself? And I get worried. For me personally, I get worried because travel, time, weather. I'm sure I'm not gonna something's gonna happen to me. But
No,
I can
can't
get
think like that.
I know
Just
I can't
do
think
it.
like
Just go out there, take your best foot forward, and do it. I do it all the time. I take
Uh,
myself to
that.
breakfast, take myself to lunch. I go to the movies by myself, and it's not that I'm lonely and I can't get somebody to go, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's good to go by yourself. You have to
Me
be in love with
too.
your own
Yeah.
company, because if you can't be around yourself, then you can't be around other people.
right.
So,
Right.
Because you start to
it's good to
depend. Yeah, it's
yeah,
true. Because
man. I
yeah.
love it. I go out there by myself. I end up meeting like 10 million people. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, I came out
Right.
there by myself, but I come back with like 10 million people knowing. But anywho, just take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay happy, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. These are the things that we need, the recipes that we need to prioritize ourselves. I mean,
Yes.
best thing that we can do is just take care of you. So, with that
Yes.
said, thank you so much, you beautiful ladies, for coming on here today. And everyone out there, stay tuned for the next event.
Yes.